for, there we go. There's a Google Doc in there which we're going to use to capture information about today and hopefully steer what we do on the day on the 31st. If you've got any questions, just hang fire. We're going to do a little breakout for 10 minutes where people can ask our team if you've got any questions, so you can ask us either directly or on the chat. And the main thing is we want the day on the 31st to be a fantastic day where we all enjoy ourselves, but also make a difference and help Northern Powergrid do what they need to do to transition to the net zero economy that we all know we need. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to hand over to Gillian now, who's going to tell us why Northern Powergrid are working with us and why it's so important.
Thanks, Paul. Taz, are you able to share those slides for us, please? Thank you. So I'm Gillian Williamson. I'm Head of System Forecasting at Northern Powergrid. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Paul and his team for hosting this warm-up for what promises to be a really exciting and inspiring face-to-face event in January. And I think we're going to be the first DNO to do a data hack, which is excellent. So first of all, let me introduce you to Northern Powergrid. Taz, if we can move on, please. So we own and operate the electrical distribution network in the North East, Yorkshire and North Lincolnshire. And as our region strives to meet net zero ambitions and customers decarbonise, connecting electric vehicles, heat pumps and rooftop solar, we're a key enabler and we're really committed to ensuring that our network isn't a barrier and we don't delay decarbonisation in our region. So in fact, we consider that we're facing the greatest challenge since the formation of the network. And we have got a really ambitious plan to meet growth and energy demand and to enable and accelerate net zero across the region. We can move on, please, Taz. So the scale of the challenge does mean that we need to do things differently. If we're going to meet that legal commitment of achieving net zero by 2050 and decarbonise the electricity industry by 2035, we can't continue today's passive network approach. And it's not an option because peak electrical use is forecast to double. Electrical energy is predicted to double. And we're predicting more than 3 million electric vehicles and heat pumps, plus 7 times the amount of today's renewable generation connected to our network. So we need to use data for our efficient operation of the network, but also data on our network to allow our customers to empower them, to make sure that they're able to make well-informed decisions. And we are committed to improving that data for customers and stakeholders to help them along their decarbonisation journey. And your feedback today on how we can improve our offering to be able to have an effective hack, but also in the longer term, how we can improve data is going to be one of the objectives of the hack also. So we do want that stakeholder input. We're gathering more data, we're putting in more monitoring, we're improving the data quality that we've got internally, and we want to share that externally. Because we do need to use more data. And an example of that is that we've got a project using artificial intelligence to be able to forecast what our demand is going to be a day ahead. So we can move on, please, Taz. So this is just a little bit of a diagram of some of the data that we're already sharing with our stakeholders. So those data sets range from information on physical assets to half-hourly operational data. So that's every half an hour, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, the power flowing through our network. And we've also got information there about the type of generation connected to our network, and where we've got capacity and where we don't have as much capacity. But we may have other data which isn't yet on our portal, which might be useful to this hack. So please ask if you've got an idea or something that might be useful. We can move on, please, Taz. So Northern Powergrid see at least 4 objectives for the data hack. So we believe that together we can identify real opportunities to support net zero and customers' journeys in our region. It's a great opportunity for like minds to join to deliver a greater impact. So just to conclude, I want to reiterate our commitment to supporting decarbonisation in the region and using and opening data as an enabler for efficient network operation. Really grateful of your interest today and encourage you to get involved with the event in January, which we view as a potential to deliver innovative ideas which could develop further to advance net zero in our industry. So Northern Powergrid are expecting to be investing at least £10 million over the next 5 years in innovation. And I'm really hoping that we're going to get some great sparks out of this event that we can take forward. Thanks, Taz.
Thanks, Gillian.
Thanks, everyone. So, so we're going to move into.
Can I just jump in for a second, Taz? Just sorry, and I don't know if you caught the last part of Gillian's mention this, that Northern Powergrid are looking to spend £10 million on innovation. That means not just innovation projects, but innovation in the way they do things. So part of this process is establishing wide networks of people who understand how we're going to transition to a net zero infrastructure. Part of that is data infrastructure, but also that part of that is new supply chains of people who can help them in that process. So if you think about why you might join in, 1, it's going to be fun. 2, we're going to have some ad hoc surprise prizes. And 3, it's going to be good for business. So what we're going to do next is Taz is going to let us know which breakout rounds we're going to go into. And we're going to have a bit of a chat where you can ask us any questions. And also we've got some questions we'd like to ask of you so we can shape the day on the 31st. We all had that jeopardy too. Yeah, we all had that jeopardy too.
Anyway, here we are.
Hopefully everyone's come back, and that conversation was positive, and you now understand a bit more about what we're trying to do. The conversation I had was definitely lots of engagement. Hopefully people have understood what we're doing. A lot of focus on the great food that's going to be there. So if I let everyone know that we'll be getting food from Manjit's Kitchen, which is across the road, which is vegetarian street food, award-winning, and one of our partners that we've used over the years. So as our final one, we're going out with a bang. There will be some spot prizes. If I manage everyone's expectations, it'll be more fun than high quality, if you like, on that. There were some questions about whether you need to have a team to come. Definitely not. Please join in. There'll be lots of people working there. But also, if you have a team and you want to come and work, fantastic. Nicholas has got a question. I'll come to you in a second. And also, we would love to use this to, I say force, but maybe encourage Northern Powergrid to publish miles more data. So if you know or have a use case, please let us know, and we can funnel that through Gillian to make sure that Ryan gets as much data published on the new open data portal that they've got.
If I could just chip in on that. So that was one of the things we spoke about was what we need for the hackathon to be effective was a list of some of the sorts of data that Northern Powergrid possess and might potentially share or make open if there was clear demand. So, obviously, ideally, we'd love the full catalogue, but even if not, if there's here's a bunch of data we think is useful, that I think would be really useful in advance, just to,
And if you know about other DNOs or what DS, I can't remember what they're called now, DNO, DSOs. If you know about other people who have published more data, better data, a little bit of healthy competition and co-opetition doesn't go down, would be welcome, I think. Just to, safety in numbers, if they published it, we can publish it.
Yeah, Giles, I'm certain that we can prepare that list, but I just say, if you've got an idea and you think it might exist, or even if you think it might not exist, please ask. We will do our best to make sure that information and that data is made available.
Great.
I can see Nicholas has got his hand raised.
Yes, Nicholas, would you like to come in?
Hi, thank you very much. Yeah, just a very quick question regarding. So I'm just very curious about what's NPG's plan with the hacks, with the one that they'll be winning prizes, or are you planning to take them on the innovation project, or just wanting to get a bit more information about what people are interested in regarding your data?
Yeah, look, data is a massive area for us. We see that data is a big enabler going forward, and it's one of the absolute key focus areas of innovation. So we're no longer talking about innovating around the latest assets. We need to be using data for better operation and more efficient operation. So definitely, if the right ideas come up, we are going to be not wanting to miss an opportunity, and we'll be looking to exploit that and take it forward. Hope that helps, Nicholas.
Thank you. And just a quick follow-up on that. Is MPG planning on providing any categories or any ideas of interest regarding hacks that you might be interested in?
So we've kept this quite wide, Nicholas, in terms of net zero on purpose. Net zero is one of our key requirements. That also is accompanied by customer service, and in particular vulnerable customers. So I think that's sufficiently wide, and we don't want to narrow this down. Please use your creativity.
Thank you.
I'll just come in there before we go. Part of this first phase of the work is to maybe create those categories, help Northern Powergrid find out what the priorities are, see what's available, and also what can be done to increase the pace of all of this. Okay. Before we go, are there any more questions? You know where we are if you need us, so please join in and let us know. And we're looking forward to share this far and wide. I think one of the things I've noticed here is that we've got a very wide set of interest groups here, but some of the people that we might need to reach out to who aren't here. So we're going to do some work between now and January to do that. Yes.
Thanks, everybody. Great to chat.
We're going to the registration link. But you're on. We've got you. That last question. You've now registered. You're on our mailing list. You're all going to receive a registration link either tomorrow or the day after. It's our Christmas do, so please bear with us. But definitely by Friday, you'll have a registration link and something you can share with all your colleagues and partners. Yeah, the Google Doc. If you look at the Google Doc, Sean, is it Sean, and also our hub page. So everything on the hub page is going to be there. So if you want to do that, that'll be fantastic. Yeah.
Thanks,
there you go,
Paul.
Sean. Cheers.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
folks. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.